Welcome back, everybody. This is Shadow Drone. As you probably knew from a previous video, one of my Aosenma's 037s, I had to crash it to keep it from hitting an object, which basically would have been an automobile that was parked, but still nevertheless. So there was a little bit of damage done to one of the wings, one of the engine mount platforms, which basically at this point I'm not really going to risk it anymore. I do have another one of these, so it's not the end of the world. Plus the internals are all in good shape and they all still work. It was basically my fault based on I accidentally flipped the switch on the radio, which put it in circle mode, and I didn't notice it, and well, enough is enough. So I'm taking this puppy apart because I'm going to insert it into a DJI Phantom case. A new case that I had from a previous kit. This was where the GPS antenna came out of with the dome on top, but if the motors fit into here without any major adjustments, then what I'll do is I'll just order a new top piece that doesn't have a hole in it. They're like 20 bucks online. And this is a Phantom Pro Advanced body. And if that's the case, I already have the rear compartment that is 3D printed that allows you to put larger batteries in, and as well as all the other stuff that goes with a Phantom as far as landing gear and so on and so forth. So basically it's just a operation to transplant this to that, which should work. As long as the engine mounts are the same, we're good. So basically I wanted to show everybody the layout of a cg037 Aosenma drone. Now this is the copper plating that comes with it that's stuck up here to hide the GPS module. Now I'm starting to wonder if this thing might be a clone of some sort to a Phantom. I'm not really sure though. Most of the designs are from like the first generation, including the motors. I do know that Phantom blades fit on here and so on and so forth, but I don't know. Never owned a Phantom, never will, because I don't believe in paying that kind of money for those drones. They're really not worth $2,000 a pop. I don't care what anybody says. I can build a better drone for 500 bucks than a Phantom. So anyway, enough said. So yeah, so this is basically what it looks like. Okay, you have your altitude sensor here. You've got some USB connectors, a micro USB right here, as you can see in there. And then you have your GPS cable, your throttle ESCs, your antennas. It has dual antenna, which you can, here's another antenna here, down here alongside there, as you can see it laying right there. It's pretty much a pretty simple setup. Actually, I wanted to show you guys something. In a previous Aosenma review, unfortunately the original video was deleted, so I'm going to show you what happened. Originally when I had this drone, this is the first one I bought, okay? If you look down in there, see where all that hot glue is? Okay, well, there are two stainless steel screws in there, okay? And basically what those things do is they hold on the connectors, okay? So basically these are XT60 connectors. The top one is the bottom one is the main power, and the top one is a power that supplies power to the battery LEDs. So anyway, and I think it also acts to hold the battery in place. But basically what we're looking at here is they use stainless steel screws to hold that system in. And then they soldered the main power leads, which you can see here. Okay, the black and the red comes off of these screws and then powers the drone. Well, when I took off the third time that I owned this thing last year, when I first got it, I guess the increase in punch out, because I wanted to see a quick punch out from 0 to, speed climb, I guess the amps popped loose the power cable, and of course the drone cut power, and little baby came down on grass. And it survived the crash. It flew fine for all this time until today. But nevertheless, I went ahead and replaced those screws with copper screws and soldered everything in there, and then of course hot glued it to, you know, secure any vibrations that might occur during flight. Anyway, so this is basically it. Okay, all the components. Now I'm not really sure what kind of board this is. I did do some research on it to try to find out what it is, to see if I might be able to get some info on it. But from what I can tell, I don't know. So if anybody recognizes this board, it would be great if you can let me know. It might be programmable through some version of software. There are a few connectors on here that you can connect USB to. So I'm assuming you might be able to change the programming or something. There is an Aosenma software out there, which I do have, but it's for the 35 model. So I'm not really sure if it's going to work with this. Okay, your GPS. It's LEDs. Let's see. Okay, let's see. There was one other thing I wanted to point out here. See if I can find it, guys. Now, the only drawback about this drone is it doesn't have telemetry. Now, if it had telemetry, this drone would actually be outstanding. Unfortunately, they never gave telemetry to this thing, and I'm not really sure if you can add telemetry or not. There's a connector here. Let's see here. Let me get my finger over here. There it is. Which is a J-Link. See that? Anybody know what a J-Link connector is? If you do, let me know. And then, of course, here is a mini USB connector. God knows what that's for. It's probably to connect the program. But that's basically what we're looking at. Well, I'm doing this basically so you guys can see. In case somebody recognizes this. Alright, well, so much of that video. But anyway, so now you've seen what one of these puppies looks like on the inside. So anyway, alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing with this thing to see if I can get it into the Phantom case. And I got some extra leftover parts for the other one, so I guess it's a win-win. So this will be my next project. Wish me luck. Alright guys, take care. Bye-bye.